At this time last year, I was at home. We were all at home. Every week held a new reality, a different problem to be solved, a different uncertainty to add to the chaos. And in the middle of all that, spring happened. I watched it more carefully than I had in many years. I paid attention when the redbuds sparked their pink tips. I noticed the terrible smell Bradford pears give off as they bloom. I watched green patches appear in the brown grass, realizing that what I'd called weeds actually had remarkable beauty. My husband, Kurt, commented on how strange the devastation of a pandemic is because everything appears to be in order. Other disasters leave behind a more visible wake, like floods or tornadoes or fires. In a pandemic, though, spring still arrived just like clockwork. All the houses were still standing, all the roads were passable, but something was wrong, terribly wrong. And now here we are entering the holiest week of the year, and there are many parallels. On the surface, it appears so hopeful. Jesus tells his disciples to get a donkey for him, and the owner gladly releases the animal for the Lord's purposes. People line the street for a glimpse of the Messiah, and they start to feel as if the tide might be turning. Maybe Jesus is the one to fulfill their hopes, regaining the former glory of a united monarchy they had under the kings Saul, David, and Solomon. Last year, those predictable notes of spring were really a cover for a natural disaster. The loss of life, jobs, relationships, travel, and even a sense of agency, being able to control our destinies. That loss lurked underneath the surface of color and blooms during the spring. And so, as we enter Holy Week 2021, let me offer you one more memory. When we all went home last year, the constant reminder for me of what we were enduring was the silence. You see, I live on a busy street and traffic noise is constant. But during those first weeks of the pandemic, its absence was eerie. Minutes would go by, even half an hour, and I didn't hear one car. So I invite you to sit with the silence this week. Let it remind you that Jesus' entry into Jerusalem is not what it appears. We will come out on the other side of this week totally transformed, just like we will make it to the other side of this natural disaster. But transformation is not easy, and the road ahead holds some obstacles. So sit with the silence this week. It is your friend. There you will find honesty and courage to walk the road to the cross without losing the hope of the resurrection. May it be so.